find the tools that you use when you do those other things well. However your process is when it comes to doing those other things well, take that process, take those tools, take those things that you do that make those things good, and figure out how to bring them into the realm of basketball. Now, in terms of basketball specific talent that you are not going to be importing from other aspects of your life, when you're just talking about the talent that you find specifically here on the basketball court, again, that's not typical basketball talent. Really, the only way to find that talent in terms of the same kind of way that I did with my stamina or my court vision and court awareness, the only way to find those kind of talents is to play ball and to put yourself in as many different situations and scenarios out here on the court as possible. So maybe when you have the opportunity to play full court out here, you discover that you have a unknown talent for playing well in full court basketball conditions. And you would have never known that had you only ever played half court. But when you play full court, you find that for whatever reason, you are more adept than other players at being good at full court. That's something that if you had not put yourself in that situation and in that scenario to play that full court game, you may not have realized that that's a specialty of yours. And make sure that it's not like a one and done deal. So you're not just gonna play one game of full court, play well, and decide that now you're a full court specialist. You need to repeat these scenarios as frequently as possible as well. So maybe it's just a fluke that one game that you play a better full court game than most people out here. In order to debunk the idea that that could be a fluke, go ahead and run that back and play with different people on different days and see how you react to that situation. And if you find out that it doesn't matter when, it doesn't matter who, you just are good at full court, then okay, that's a talent that you now have that you didn't know you had before, and now it's up to you to develop that into something that becomes a specialty of yours, and find out what its peak is and take your game there. And with the idea of being a specialist at something, don't think of talent as something huge and gargantuan, right? You're not looking to unlock, the secret ability that you have to sprint up and down the court faster than everybody else. If something that huge and that obvious was a talent that was within you to begin with, you would have discovered that very soon in your journey down your basketball legacy. What I'm talking about here are things that are more subtle, right? For instance, you may find that you have better balance than other players on the court, or maybe you have quicker hands than other people on the court, or maybe you have better peripheral vision than other players, so you can see out of the side of your eye action that's happening better than other players on your team. Those are the kind of things that I'm talking about when it comes to discovering your talent. You have to put yourself in situations and scenarios in order to enable yourself to find and discover those talents, but don't expect them to be like, oh, I can dunk and I didn't know I could. That's not what it is. It's more like, oh, when I land, every time I go for a rebound, I find that I have better balance than everybody else who's rebounding, and that allows me to go up, try to get the rebound, the ball gets tipped back up in the air again, I come down, when I hit the ground from my jump, I have perfect balance, whereas the other people around me may be off balance just a little bit less than I am, and that allows me to come down, land, rebalance, and jump back up and explode into the air just a millisecond before somebody else can. And that may not stand out in your mind as being something that's super sexy and huge in terms of basketball talent, but it counts.